Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hey, hello. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for being here, all three of you. I cannot tell you how happy I am and thrilled and honored that each and every one of you said yes. And you're here on the same day. And I'm looking at all of you, and I have such admiration and such separate, wonderful thoughts and feelings about all three of you. So, how about you guys start to introduce yourself, and we'll start with Brandon.
All right. Well, I'm Brandon. I'm the DP for Infernal, just basically the camera operator. Worked with crew, did pretty much all. I mean, we all kind of did our everything in the entire set. Really, the titles kind of go anywhere you want with it, but DP was my main thing.
And it's beautiful, and I can't wait to everyone see. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I am Darien Andreas Brown. My main role was the director and then writer too of the story. But like Brandon said, we all kind of did everything together. We all wrote together. We all did set together, all these different things. Yeah, that was kind of my little role.
Yeah, little role.
Hi, everyone. My name is Adrian Ross. I play Hiram, and I don't know. I did a bunch of different roles. A bunch of different things. So
Yeah.
pretty much in all aspects of the film, I think I was helping out with.
Yeah, the credits are just going to be like producer, executive
Yeah,
producer,
everyone's
director, and it's just going to be our name.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, let's start from the very beginning and how it first started. I find myself going this way and this way, but I'm going to go right here.
Okay.
He was the star. You are correct.
Yeah.
I want to hear, where did that huge, beautiful story come from? I want to know how you grabbed everyone, because what you created is phenomenal. And to see everything on the big screen one day is going to leave, I think, many people in tears.
I'm truly honored and humbled by it too, and just the fact that everyone was able to be a part of it in that way. But to go into, I guess, kind of like where the idea started, I guess it really started from a personal struggle, right? You know, we talk about truth in acting or any medium we have. So it really came from a situation where I was, at a crossroads trying to make a decision. I was in debt, so I could either move to Arizona with my mom, the comfortable, easy choice, but that came with the price. And the price would be to pretty much lose the community, lose the tribe that I had here, the acting and all that. So I could either choose the comfortable option or stay and fight and do something else. And I think in that moment where I made a decision to stay and actually fight is when kind of I had an epiphany moment of really taking the reins of my own fate. And I think that's really what inspired the story of Infernal, because, I was talking to God about it. I was like being still and I was praying about it, like what choice should I make? And in that moment, I finally made a decision, is where I was almost compelled for like 4 months straight to write that script, that original script. And then I brought it to these guys. And when that came, everything just started like almost falling into place. Like it was destiny. And that's a big theme in the Infernal film, is destiny. So I feel like almost it was fate for everyone to come together on this project, and with their contributions made it something very beautiful.
Right. How did you meet these fine fellas you had?
I've known Adrian actually since I was in middle school. So
Wow.
I'm 28, probably like 12 years ago. I knew his brother, and I've always been close with him and his family, and then people in that around them. And then it was really him actually who inspired me to get into acting. He got me a job at Illumina.
Right.
And he was always, into the directing stuff, the filmmaking stuff. And it was his, I guess, ambition when it came to that really inspired me to try that out. I ended up trying it out, and then we come together now and are now making a bunch of different films together.
How many films have you guys made so far?
I wonder, say it's like 3, besides the ones we made before we actually started 7 and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, that's awesome.
But through the course of the years, we've made a couple things, and really have been trying to hone in on those skills and really figure out who we are as filmmakers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As far as meeting this guy,
Yes.
I met this guy, I want to say 2 years ago, also through him. This dude's a big, he brings people together.
So he's like a little people connector.
Yeah.
Nice.
He doesn't like to admit it, but he is.
He's
I
a people
never
connector.
thought of it that way. But
No,
yeah,
you
I
are.
think so.
But yeah, I met Brandon on Clean My Plate through something Adrian had gotten me into. And you know, we were on that set and we really enjoyed the process of the filmmaking on that set. We were like, why not just do our own thing? So we bring Brandon along for that journey, and Brandon's been an amazing support system in that journey, and then just an amazing guy in general for what he's done for not only for the film but just as friends in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
so-
grateful for the opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
Something
of
I wouldn't
course.
think be a part of like this big, this
Yeah.
Right, it is
impactful.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most important thing.
Mhm.
Was
And you spoke about also like in the interviews we did prior, just it's the people you do it with.
It is.
So I would not want to be on this ride without these two, and then everyone else a part of that journey as well.
I always say that also speaks to everyone individually, you know, how wonderful you all are. And so you're like honored, you're blessed to actually work together. And I think it says a lot to who I'm going to say you because I say you started this whole thing. But now I'm thinking it might be you because you're like the people connector,
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
yeah.
behind the scenes guy.
And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
you too, Brandon, because, you know, you guys have fabulous energy,
Yeah.
wonderful, beautiful energy.
Yeah.
It's just so pure. And
I would
just love
say, without these two, without me bringing that project, the original project to these two, without their belief and support, it just simply wouldn't be a thing.
right.
And I think that foundation of us being there together doing it is really what made it feel like a trustworthy operation. You know, we went into it not knowing really what we were doing,
Mhm.
and kind of learning along the way. There's ups and downs, obviously, but at the end, it all made everything stronger. And by the end of it, you get a beautiful picture, you get a beautiful film, and you have so many talented people you work with that kind of builds a community and
Mhm.
tribe. And I know you've talked about being in a
Yeah.
tribe and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
that's
that.
yeah, that's my thing right now, the whole tribe thing.
This is the
This
tribe
is
where it
it.
starts,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
ripple effect.
I have it right in front of me. It's amazing.
They always say there's too many cooks in the kitchen if we're
Mhm.
having that directive thought. And for us, that happened. We would clash heads, but at the end of the day, it worked so well. And it felt like we were connected, like we were almost brothers
Yeah.
Mhm.
to go into this film.
Yeah.
Like trial by fire for sure.
sure.
Right.
But that was like people who've done this by themselves, they
Mm.
don't feel that sense of community, that sense of togetherness that we were able to come together and have. Like we were all on the same page, and if we weren't on the same page, we talked to each other. We had to. Communication was
Great.
key.
Yeah.
Because if we were butting heads on the set, everybody on the set would know. Everybody would
Right.
feel that energy too.
That's right.
The tensions would come up. There's a lot of things that we had to do that we needed to make sure everybody was safe on that set. Everybody was happy on that set because we've been on those bad sets before.
Right.
And we didn't want to be those people
Yeah.
ever.
And we wanted to honor you guys as well. The people
True,
who
yep.
gave their time, sometimes for pay, sometimes for no pay, sometimes for screen time and whatnot. So we wanted to really honor the commitment you guys all had for this project as well.
I don't even want to say I had a small part. The fact that I had a part.
I would say no small parts.
There
Everyone's
are no
just a
small
piece of the
parts.
puzzle.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, when I say that, it's like I can't take away. I don't want to take anything away. It's the reality part.
Yeah.
How you guys were filming, I don't know how many months. I had a couple of days. So, but that meant so much to me those couple of days. I was telling Sarah, they always say, again, I don't go with these fucking cliches every so often, you know, like don't let your ego get in front of you.
Mhm.
But sometimes you do,
Yeah.
and that's okay, you know? Mark had told me about this particular part.
Mhm.
And so I sent an email and I didn't hear from anyone. I want to audition for this, but they're not even giving me the fucking opportunity. So Mark would say, so how's it going, Lee? I haven't heard from them. He said, really? He says, did you email them? And I said, yeah, I did. And for whatever the reason, I said, I sent it to blah, 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 blah. He said, well, that's not their email.
Oh.
I said, oh shit, well, they probably found somebody else, Mark. It's been a few months. But in anyway, that wasn't the case at all. So
You know, what you did with that role was so amazing. Because I remember I talked to you about before, like you being nervous in public speaking sometimes. That role, what it requires is
Yeah.
being the leader of
yeah,
kind of the village and whatnot, and having that big speech. And what you did with that in that casting room was just phenomenal.
I
Yeah.
felt
Phenomenal.
that. Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah, you're really
That
vulnerable,
was
really
good.
open, and
Yeah.
not to say you weren't scared, but you almost had no fear. Like whatever happens, happens.
Mhm.
So I really appreciated that
Yeah.
when you did that.
Thank you.
I think when we were doing the audition too, and I don't know how you guys felt for it, but like when you came up and auditioned, we were like, that's Gwendrid.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it that much.
We all
There we go. That's
knew
what
it
you
was
did.
like, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, thank you. Okay, but this is not about me, but thank you. Thank you. I know we're going to get to you in a moment. I didn't forget, but because I don't want to lose track.
He is here. And he's
So
very stoked.
when we are talking about what you did started in the very beginning,
Mhm.
and all of you,
Mhm.
actually, but we're just going back to the very beginning.
Mhm.
And so now you guys, you have to realize, right, what you have done for San Diego. Because there are not many films that are made here in San Diego with San Diego actors. Who is a resident of San Diego all their life? Get that shit is so awesome. And I hope it's not like the last, because I really
Oh
pray.
no,
No.
no!
Right.
This is just the beginning, at least in
Yes.
my eyes.
Yes, right. And are we going to consider um, making San Diego, however, a point of, we have a voice here. It's not just LA.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it is that passion for doing something in our hometown city that we know has a lot of potential in it, so much talent around. I think it is that passion to really bring a voice to San Diego, and whether we're the forefront of that voice or not doesn't matter, but to be able to bring people together and get their voices out, I think is the most important aspect of that.
Yeah.
And in our hometown, that's just another blessing.
That's right. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for people to see it, because the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro,
One
they
battle
did
after another.
one
Yeah.
exactly, and they did it here in San
Yeah.
Diego too, right?
Oh, really?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think it's so fitting that it's almost back to back in the way I see it. They put San Diego on the map.
Mhm.
You guys are now piggy banking off of that little bitch
Mhm,
right now, excuse my
mhm.
language, so that people can really see San Diego
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
with their born and raised peeps over
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot-
Yes.
That wasn't the original goal either, too. Like, if it happened, it happened. But doing this and being the leader of like that movement, like, it's kind of that idea of the leader's not chosen. It just kind of happens.
Right.
If we become that, that's great. But we just kind of set out to make a movie,
Yeah.
and that's all we really wanted to
Yeah.
do, and do it with our friends, do it with our family, and do it with people that we cared about. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to hear from Adrian. And then after this, I want us to all just get into Infernal and talk about, you first wrote it. There were revisions, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Maybe, you saw the filming and then you thought, you know what, we're going to take it in another direction. I want to find out what we've learned.
Mhm.
What was the hardest part? What was the easiest part
Yeah.
that maybe you thought was going to be most difficult?
yeah.
But before I keep
Fun fact: his script that he came to us was 190 some pages. The
Was
first
it?
time it
Long
came
time.
around, we're like,
Really?
That was a lot.
That was a
yeah.
lot. That was a lot.
so many pages. Oh my god.
That's what you start
Gotta
with.
get the ideas out.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, we're going to probably film this for like 2 hours. It's going to,
Yeah.
but then we're going to talk about how many hours you guys had too. So,
Yep.
but let's hear from you, my darling.
I do want to mention, I think there is a movement that is happening in San Diego. I don't know if you've heard of like the Chula Vista thing that's going on.
I have actually.
And they're doing a really big push, to try and bring a lot of that stuff back into San Diego.
Yeah.
I know they're at like a whole different level than like where we're at, right? I think the goal too is to try and open as many doors as possible, not even just for us, but for other local filmmakers. There's plenty of people trying to make something here in San Diego.
Yeah.
You don't see tons of features being made every day.
No.
There's a handful that we've seen. But yeah, I think we are trying to do something that's really big and ambitious, especially given with the the genre that we're doing. It's not every day you see a dark fantasy being made in San Diego.
I know.
But what I'd really hope that this project does for us is that it just opens the right doors here within San Diego with the right people in place, and we all collaborate together.
1000% agree with you.
Even if that's something with like Chula Vista, or if working with them, or doing anything with any of these other
Yeah,
filmmakers.
yeah. And something that you said, and I always like to take my own advice,
Mhm.
right? Because when you hear it, it's different. And I know I've said the same thing, but it's not even so much about being on the same level or not, because you're in the same building. We're all in the
Yeah,
same fucking
yeah.
building. We all know it doesn't matter what we're doing in the building. We're all in the same fucking building,
Yeah.
So you guys are definitely in that building. And I hope that Chula Vista, um, I hope that my understanding, however, my understanding was a little bit different, though. I think that from what I heard, um, they might have like offices
Mm.
open to theater kind of filming, but it's not specifically geared to that. I don't know who I think I am, but in the short time that I lived in San Diego, would love to see San Diego really pop,
Mm.
Mhm.
because in the short time that I've been involved with films, except for you guys, I have noticed so many LA actors coming in to be part of these short films in San Diego. And I say to myself, a minute, not that we should keep you out. I'm not saying that, but what I noted was if you're coming over here, then why aren't we doing more here?
There should be more. I
Yeah,
agree with
there
that.
really
Yeah.
does need to be more. So
Yeah, and I think if we're part of that movement,
you
and
are. Let's gotta speak that into
yeah, so let's speak that into
we're
existence.
declaring
Being a
that.
part of that movement, I think, is an honoring thing, and I think if we're able to spearhead anything in any sort of way with being a voice for other people, I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, I think it is too. And so much talent out here. And I saw that again, being a part of your guys' film. I was just taken back. And I wasn't around everyone either, just a few people, but I can speak for Sarah's one of them.
Yes.
I love that girl.
Yeah. It's
Perfect.
amazing. She's
amazing. She's just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so Adrian, tell us a little bit more about you and how you started.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, I'm from San Diego originally. I've always kind of just enjoyed and loved movies, would always go to the movie theaters as a
Right.
kid. Darien was kind of mentioning it a little bit earlier. He and I and another friend of ours, we used to do a bunch of like home videos, like random stupid stuff that you can find on YouTube, but don't look for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Okay, look for that.
we used to do really dumb stuff. But I think we always just enjoyed movies and
Right.
making videos. I know when I turned, I think 26 or so, or 25, 26, I remember just thinking that I know this is what I really want to do, but I have to like face my fear and actually try and do it. So that's why I joined AWS, started getting into acting. You know, I would submit to a lot of things, wouldn't always get a bunch of roles or anything like that either. But the few projects that I was involved in, one being where I met Brandon, I just remember thinking like,
Yeah, don't look that one up either.
yeah, don't-
Yeah.
but yeah, like one of those, you know, it was just one of those things where I knew that we could also create something that's really good. Like I know Brandon said too, or I think you were saying it as well, like we're creating something for somebody else, like it's their words, their vision, but you know, like we have our own ideas and our own stories that we want to tell.
How much of it changed actually? The storyline was probably always the same.
Similar, I would say.
How many versions did we end up with?
It was a lot.
I'd have to say at least 10, because there was a time where I originally brought it. I went back, did some changes based off some of their suggestions, and we all came together to try and trim as much as we could and try and tie in all those storylines with it.
So now they're acting out the words, and now the words on the paper are now dancing. It's becoming a film.
Yeah.
So cool. Was there an actor that maybe not changed it all around, but maybe gave all of you guys like, whoa, I didn't see
Izzy.
it that way?
Izzy.
Izzy.
Isabel Turk.
Right.
Originally for that role as Masked Mage, we didn't have too much of an idea of what that would be. But when we did have her come in for casting, we're completely blown away by the way she performed Masked Mage, you know, all mysterious, a little seductive, you know, a lot of like snake-like tendencies. That was one of the roles that really changed, and you were just like, okay, we can work with that.
Right, yeah.
When she came in, it's kind of like how you were. Like we knew that was
Yeah.
someone we wanted in there,
Yeah.
but we didn't know exactly how or where to put her yet. But then she
Right.
auditioned for that role.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we know what
That's
we're
what we
doing with
want.
her. Yeah.
I remember in my mind thinking that Masked Mage was someone like Darth Sidious from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just this evil person
Pulling strings from behind.
But
Yeah.
she came in, you know, Darth Sidious is like a super old man, and like
Right.
she's this younger
Yeah.
girl, and the totally opposite. So
Yeah.
she blew us away. So
That's amazing. Ah.
I mean, everyone truly blew me away with what they did with their characters and doing those rehearsals, adding their little twists and contributions to it, and really bringing those words to life. So I was completely blown away by every single person.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Travis was probably the other person.
I would say Nick too.
Travis, Nick.
Sarah Chanel. Sarah Chanel definitely changed that character for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she did a really good job.
And that's what happens when you bring the actors along to the script. You always have an idea in your head, and it doesn't always go the way you think because new things happen.
Right.
People play them, they have their own personalities, and that all kind of intermixes to create something, I think, more truthful and authentic to that character. They kind of take ownership of those characters and take care of those characters. So I really appreciate that.
Right.
Everyone pretty much did that with their
I feel like we've gotten a lot of comments too that people have been saying that all the characters have been casted really well. We've been getting that a lot lately, and,
Yeah.
and I would agree. Like a lot of people really brought the characters to life.
It's like, wow, they were like made for that.
Yeah.
Like, wow, look at him. He's so good. And, oh my God, look at this guy. Whoa, check him out. That's so
Fate.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
It
Oh my
was
God.
we keep getting talks too about how and I got to compliment Darien on this, is how we were able to let the actors develop and like make the characters, because they are originally his characters.
Mhm.
There's things that the actors did that we didn't think of. We brought it in, the collaborative efforts that we had. Darien had that too. Darien was really good at being able to let the actors collaborate and understand it, because we did the rehearsals for everybody.
Yeah,
And that was when
yeah.
they could really figure out what they wanted with that character and make it their own, because that was some of the things that a lot of people in the acting world have. They don't really have that opportunity to make the characters their own.
And I think the discovery of the authenticity and truth behind the characters comes in that rehearsal, where there's not really a directive. There's not really a route we're trying to go. We know where we want to get to, but we don't know what route we're going to go to get there.
Right.
So bouncing the ideas off each other and then getting the actor feedback and stuff like that, it's all really helpful in trying to bring to life those characters.
When you were first writing the script, did you have one person in mind when you're writing?
A couple people for sure. One of my favorite characters in it, Hiram, I always knew Adrian was going to play that role. I was like, I don't know if I wrote it specifically for him, but I know that he was going to be that character. So when I was writing, Adrian would say this line super good. Adrian could do this big little speech.
Right.
He can grow a big long beard. This Obi-Wan-like character.
I love it.
It's almost weird. I have a weird realization. I almost see him as like a mentor, and he, in the film I play Azrael, and he plays my mentor as Hiram. So it's almost weird how it came about.
How
like
it came
that.
about, yeah.
Mark, I always knew he was going to be king. First time I met him. On a set with him on the 48.
Did you go to AWS also, or how did you
I haven't gone to AWS. I have no film training besides what I've done with these guys.
Look at that.
Started in theater and loved that, and then just bounced to film. Another character, Sarah.
Yes.
I wrote that role, Sarah, specifically for her.
Yes.
I don't know what about it, but I was just like, I know she needs to be in there somehow.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was wanting to, like Adrian talked about earlier, bring a community together and start kind of a movement, not knowing where the movement's going to go or what it's going to look like.
Did you know you were going to even be doing that when this all came about, by the way? Because what you've done, all three of you now at the end of the day, is huge. It's big. And it's not even out yet.
I don't think I ever thought about it like that. I think for me, I always thought about the root of it is like, what do I want to do? I want to do something I'm passionate about with the people that I care about and make a great thing. I think for what it's worth, we kind of accomplished that. I didn't want to look too far ahead with it. I just wanted to stay in the moment.
It's an important thing, right?
Yeah.
Staying in the moment. We talked a little bit about our fantastic writer here.
Yeah, Darien, I remember he was telling me about the idea. This was when we were doing the 48 back in was it last year, 2024?
Yeah.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
Oh, that's been done. And
Darien, he told me about the script, and I remember mentioning it to Mark too, and this was before anything was written, and so we were talking about it. A few months passed. Darien has this full script that was like 100+ pages. That was crazy long. I needed a new project to work on. We did the Endless before that, and we did the 48.
This was wild. I actually saw that last night.
Also, we wanted to challenge ourselves, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Me specifically, I'm very like focus oriented, so I need something to just like attack and start working on. When Darien brought me the script, I remember just thinking like, well, this is what we're doing.
We could mold this into something.
I think I had faith that we were going to do it no matter what.
Right.
I remember even thinking, and I've had conversations with people, this is impossible. What we're doing is way too much. There's no way we would be able to pull this off.
What was impossible? Like, what would you read, or what was said? No, this is impossible.
The
like
scale of it, like just the idea that there's a big battle, the idea of all these characters, a kingdom, castle, all of that.
Right.
It's just.
And did you voice, we can't do this, or was just a thought like, well, I don't think we can do this?
No, I don't think I ever thought that it was impossible. I knew it was going to be extremely challenging.
Yeah.
But I remember even after we spent months writing together, trying to just figure things out, when we were in the pre-production phase, I was trying to figure out the most practical way to tackle this whole project. And I remember thinking, well, what can we do now? And what are some of the larger issues that we don't really have answers for? Let's push those aside for now and let's focus on what can be done. Obviously, like we filmed a lot of the easier scenes first off, and then just the whole idea of like a castle with Mark and everything else and large battle, finding land to shoot all this stuff on. Of course, all of these things were super overwhelming. We didn't know how we were going to do any of it. But you guys were saying it's kind of destiny. Things just fall into place.
It just falls into place.
Meet the right people, we get the right resources or right connections, and then bam, like we're able to make it.
Yeah.
It was for sure a huge, and I don't even want to I need to emphasize the fact that it was a huge leap of faith that we took.
Yes.
Extremely huge. a lot of people thought we were crazy. And I mean, I just really liked the idea that Darien brought to us initially. And I remember just thinking like, hell yeah, this is what we're doing. Yeah.
We can do this.
We're going to find a way to do it.
I think it was just, we never really thought we couldn't do it.
Right.
I think we always are ambitious, always want to keep striving towards something. So we really wanted to create something that has meaning and is impactful and
Right.
is way further than anything we've ever attempted before.
Yeah. You didn't let anything stop you, for sure.
No.
I can't imagine what's going on in the inside because all three of you have this calm demeanor on the outside. I can't imagine the stress your organs must have been going through.
I don't think it gets enough praise what Adrian kind of did behind the scenes. The amount of stuff we'll never understand how much this man put into this, because there was nights like Darien and I are probably asleep and this man's out there typing, trying to get the schedule right,
organizing.
There's no amount of praise that we can give this man to
let's give it to him now.
Let's go.
It was all of us. It was. I can't even take. I don't want to take any credit because honestly, I did a lot of work. But honestly, it's pretty annoying. but I've always said, like, on all the time, I've pounded into these guys like a million times that it's never about one of us or any of us.
Right.
It's about all of you guys, all of us together, like making this. The story's not about me. It's not about Darien. It's not about any of it.
No, I think it just goes back to what the reality of life is. You are absolutely right. Whenever there was a day where someone maybe just fell short and one of you guys was picking the other one up, you could probably just see what was going on from afar and say, let's take care of him. He's, that's a given. And everyone has their magic, but obviously these two magicians are telling you what your magic was, and I believe they're saying that. So you carried a lot. You carried a lot for these two guys.
Definitely.
I tried.
And they're telling you that. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Well, not only did you try, apparently you succeeded. You succeeded.
Yeah, really, because there's just so much that you did, and you don't even understand how much you did for us. That whole thing, like, it does not get complimented enough.
Yeah.
Man.
I just wanted to make a good film.
Well,
at the end of the day.
And you did just that.
You did that.
I love working with you for that.
Yeah.
Not only are you amazing in that respect, but you're also an amazing person, and you always look out for the people on your team, and I appreciate that, man.
Thank you guys.
Oh shit!
It was a real joy, working with everybody, working with these guys. Obviously, you have struggles here and there, but
of course,
but overall, this entire experience, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, this was an incredible way to spend my entire summer, whole year, pretty much.
Right.
And
it's very.
So
and I would imagine there's so many things that you've learned that you don't even realize until you have to put it to use later on. This whole project made something else so much easier so that you can carry something else bigger. So that's pretty cool.
We met so many wonderful people, gained so much experience. It was truly an incredible, opportunity.
And it's still going.
It's still
going. We're still on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep it going and try to do the best we can. And putting some good out there.
How many people altogether did you guys?
50 or more
50 total.
Yeah, something in that range.
For crew, it was like 20, but like in terms of actors in general with the extras,
I'd say anywhere from 50 to 100, give or take, like in that range of stuff.
Right. 50 to 100. Before that, what was it?
We've
50 or
we've had crews or days where it's just like four of us. Like,
sometimes it's just us as crew,
right?
Running all the things.
It definitely had very like small indie vibes, like on those really small sets where it's just four of us. But then when we were in Potrero, we had huge amounts of people. Everyone just coming together working on it.
It can't be understated how amazing it was to have that big of a crew. It wasn't the biggest crew, but that crew there for like a majority of the shoot, which went for months. You don't often get that. Grateful for them for all they did and how long they stuck it out with that grueling but very rewarding project.
Big shout out to the crew because they killed it on this thing.
Every single time.
I want to hear from you, Brandon. So you came on knowing you were going to do this particular role. Then it, of course, evolved.
Yeah, I started acting.
Right.
You did. How do you think that? You killed it. You killed it, bud.
Yeah.
An acting role, I was like, oh, you want me to do what?
Yeah.
You look so good doing it.
You did.
Mr.
I saw
Handsome.
him. It's so good.
When I had longer hair,
Right. Now, did they have to convince you at the very beginning? Were you like, oh shit, I don't really want to do this? Did you try to talk your way out of it?
I don't know if I talked my way out of it. I
Did you
think it was.
try?
You're just like, but then you're
You
like,
was
you know what? Okay, I'll just do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was what's Adrian's phrase? It's film is forever,
Oh,
pain is temporary.
yeah, pain is temporary, film is forever.
That's
For
right,
that,
yeah.
it was embarrassment's temporary, but film is forever, and it came out pretty
Yeah.
good for first time ever acting. Like I didn't take any classes. I mean, it was just based off what I've learned from them,
Wow.
watching what they do,
Mhm.
taking from what Darien did. Like for what I did with my mark, I was taking his stoicism a little bit, and I was taking his kind of like a little bit of charm and putting some stuff into it a little bit, but it wasn't a lot in that role. Obviously, because I got to hold the camera. No one else could really hold the camera and like figure out what was going on with the settings and whatnot. Minus
Right.
like Angel, who was absolutely amazing. Angel was
Yeah.
a godsend to have on that
Mm.
set because having two cameras that lessened the days,
Right.
made us get the things that we needed much better. And he was just amazing to work with. He's so fun. He's an amazing guy.
Tell me, what can we expect with all the cinematography? Because that is going to look so beautiful.
Yeah, it's Darien too, trying to get his ideas of how, because he comes to me, he
Right.
tells me what he kind of
Yeah.
wants with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Adrian too, he comes with his ideas of how he wants things to be shot, and obviously I know how to do the parameters of a camera and be
Mhm.
okay, so this one we can't do because there's a big tree in the way,
Mhm.
or there's a table in the way, or something is just off, so we can't get it because this guy has ideas like, galore. This guy has so many damn ideas. I'm like, all right, cowboy, let's
Time to rein it in a little bit.
let's slow it down. But there is things like Darien showed me some shots that I would have never done, and Adrian
Right.
showed me shots that I would have never done too. But
Right.
that's like the collaborative process of it, is being able to understand like those shots are what's key. Those
Yeah.
are really
Mhm.
good shots to have in those moments. And I have like a certain style that I like to do for mine. Like for dialogue, I like to have multiple angles to have side profiles.
Mhm.
But as much to the dismay of the actors of getting like double chins and stuff,
Mhm.
that stuff really adds to the characters. It shows a different like
Right.
perspective of how you're thinking to it. Because you can do a side angle and do a side profile for somebody and look like they're going up against each other. And that has a lot of power
Right.
in how you tell it visually and storytelling wise too,
Yeah.
because the camera is basically the audience, the stage that you're in, and the actors
Yeah.
are just on that stage if you're being theatrical
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Also, like
And
the truth teller.
It's the truth teller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's what I want you to see, because there's
Right.
scenes in the film that, like even the vision scene that we did, it's just he's underwater. He's not underwater. He's on the floor, and there's literally just a circular Tupperware that we have.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
glass Tupperware thing.
Oh.
We're pointing down at him, and he looks like he's underwater.
Wow. Do
It's-
you want to tell those secrets?
Yeah,
Those are like secrets of the trade, I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
That's so awesome.
this is exclusive for you.
Well, yeah, I love it. Thank you.
But that's the kind of like creativity that we had to go through, because
Yeah.
we
Wow.
don't have that monster level Disney budget to go do stuff. We had to be very precise and creative with how we wanted to do things. We could only shoot
Mm.
certain ways, and we could only make the story work if we did it the right way,
Yeah.
within the constraints of what we have. Filming that was probably the best time filming I've
Dude,
ever had. Like it was
yeah.
super fun.
And it's
he-
a testament to Brandon and the wisdom he carries with that camera and what he's learned over the years. Impactful your presence on that project and how it wouldn't be without your knowledge, your expertise, and just who you are as a person being on that project of Infernal.
Yeah, I asked that too because I think with what you did also has to have more of a personal thought and emotion to it, because you're the one who has the camera
Mhm.
and you see it,
Yep.
right? And so I almost think this is where I'm going to ramble on. I'm going to try not to, but sometimes we do makeup, right? And we're doing a little fashion show. They're coming out and everyone looks beautiful. You don't know that the makeup is going to do so much for that look.
Mhm.
So what is that feeling for you when you kind of look back and you see the film or you're editing and you finally see, whoa, look at this gigantic film of nature or
Mhm.
just the sky or the trees or
Yeah.
the air?
Feel in the
How
world.
does that that's got to feel what?
I think it's interesting when it comes to having a camera and working with actors. If you've ever done dance, the camera isn't the lead. The
Mhm.
actors are the lead. I'm following their movements, and I'm trying to make them look in the best light that they possibly can.
Right.
And in order to do that, I have to watch it because they're having a lot of trust. They don't see what I'm filming too.
Right.
They just, whatever we get at the end, like I show them afterwards, but they're like, was it good? Like, was it bad? Did I do a good job? All that stuff. So I have to be that person and be like, okay, we need another one. We need another take. We need to see something else. We got to make sure that we capture this moment
Mm-hmm.
because this tree really gives off some sort of energy. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but those little things that you have in there, those little moments that we have with the actors where they just give that extra bit at the end, that's
Mhm.
what I always look for. There's so much beauty in watching it come to life and just recording it. I'm stressed out as heck though. Like the
Mm.
freaking focus was such a problem for us, like trying to
Really?
focus
Yeah.
because we're doing, I mean, they did it too. Like they figured it out afterwards. Like, damn, Brandon's been doing this for
Oh,
6
yeah.
months and like
Yeah.
holding the camera.
His forearms are getting bigger just
Yeah,
from
the
holding
Oh,
that,
yeah.
dude.
really big. But we're holding that camera on a gimbal and we're moving around with each other. But I'm also focus pulling at certain points too while I'm running. Like there's a scene where we're running across. I'm
Mm.
running. We ran through poison ivy. We ran, or no, poison oak.
Poison oak
Yeah.
for the shot.
There's a shot where I'm running, where I'm following Darien as he's running across, and I'm like keened in, focused to do it. I don't know what's going on my side. I'm just like praying to God I don't fall over again. I almost did that one time, but
Yeah.
but we kept running across, and I just wanted that shot to see the motion of it because that kind of shot is Hollywood level, like gimbals. $15,000 worth of equipment, but I
Mm.
just did it as I was running. That was that I knew that shot could be done and we could get to that level, and it came out pretty good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would say that's probably
Yeah.
that was one of
Yeah.
my favorite
No,
shots.
this is by far like the project I was like, wow, you blew me away with what you were able to do with the shots, all that we
I
talked.
just got off the leash. That was pretty much it. They just
Yeah, he freed the beast.
they freed the beast, yeah. And a lot of that is a testament to the people that I've worked with in the past, trying to figure out
Mm.
what it was that. What style could I bring to it? What kind of energy do I bring to it? I did the project that I met them on. That was a 6-month project. That was a lot to do in that project. I was the only one who was doing the sound, lighting, makeup, the wardrobe. Like I was helping out in all these different aspects.
That's
And we
a
were
lot.
doing that. Thank God I got a crew
Right.
to go do
Yes.
this now. That because of that film, couldn't be here right now doing what we are because we learned so much about what we needed to do.
Right.
We're able to use that in this film and create something that's honestly very beautiful. I told him too, like we got that camera. I'm like, we're doing this right because
Mm.
my camera
That's
wasn't
right,
cutting
you
it.
did, yeah. You
Yeah.
got the Blackmagic camera.
Yeah.
And then after
Got to
that,
sit
it
on
felt like
radio.
the game had changed.
Really?
Like we were really making a movie.
Oh, that's awesome. So I could just imagine the spark, right?
Yeah.
More energy. So if you guys were a little tired, that spark's like, okay, let's go. It's day one.
Mm-hmm.
Day one with the new camera.
That was the
But-
beauty of it.
Infernal's an underdog story, you know?
Yep.
It's people who don't have much trying to figure out their way and make their mark in the world and overcome pretty much an insurmountable obstacle, which
Right.
is pretty much what we did with that.
Yeah, I want to hear a little bit about the story too, because a couple of days that I was there, I mean, you really went through a lot of shit, and I didn't realize how much freaking Sarah went through too.
He wrote it for himself too. Like he
came
wrote it
from
for
me.
himself.
It came from me.
Yeah. Now, was this something you felt like you were going through in real life, so to speak? And
I would have to say yes. The character I play, Azriel, was sort of based off what I was going through. And I've talked about it with other people. When you're writing or doing anything, there always has to be truth when it's in there. And as I was writing this character, I just found so many similarities of truth of myself. And it was almost like a therapy for me because I was really lost, not knowing myself. And you see that in the character of Azriel. He's lost, not knowing himself, trying to find his way, trying to find his wife through that truth that I discovered in myself. I was able to put that to paper and put it in all these different characters, watch other people take these characters and put their own truth into
Right.
it. And that was really amazing to see as well.
yeah, that is amazing. I know all three of you, but you took the pen, and I mean, what you started
He did, yeah.
is
Thank you. Thank you. It was
nothing short than just amazing, and it's not even out yet.
Yep.
So I can't wait for that to happen.
I have a great feeling that it will serve the people and honor what
Yeah.
everyone has done on this project.
Right. Yeah. It
Yeah.
has to come out. It has to come out loud.
Yeah.
So-
I think definitely one thing I want people to take away from the project is the truth of it and what these characters are going through, what we all went through on the set to try and make it as real as possible. And hopefully that sparks someone else's interest or inspiration in maybe trying to do something similar.
Oh, without a doubt, that always happens. You know, all three of you have sparked someone who thought something, it's not possible. I can't write. Maybe they have a camera guy over here who doesn't know he's going to be an actor, but he's going to be an actor and everything else, you know?
Yeah.
So, and you
Yeah.
guys just really came together in such a great way.
We've had a lot of people come up to us and say they started writing to like do their own thing. We've
Yeah.
had
That's
people
true.
come and
Yeah.
talk to us for it.
And
They
I-
said they were always scared about
Yeah.
trying to do it.
And I
Yeah.
always tell people, before this, I've never written a script
Yeah.
in my life.
Mhm.
I always tell them it's never too late to take that chance. 28 years old. I've only been acting in this thing for like a little over 2 years, but it's never too late. You got to take life by its horns and just really
Yeah, you do.
ride that wave.
You do. Yeah. I'll tell you someone else who you actually inspired. My son.
Really?
Hmm. Yeah. You never know who you're inspiring.
Yeah.
I know that every time I had my 30 seconds with each of you, there was, I think what you all have that I loved so much, and I mentioned it earlier, was just your calm demeanor. And you could see so much of, I'm laughing now because I know you guys went through so much,
Like,
you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I
That's
know, huh?
hectic,
But just to know that I was there for a couple of days, and not even days, hours in those days, and all the work that you all were doing, and talking to people or listening to some of the people, you were so gracious to me just by one thing that you said, which was, now I'm going to go because I'm all silly sometimes, You were like, come over here. Next time you say hello to me, you got to give me a hug.
Yeah, dude.
I
can't
thought,
miss
oh
those
my God,
hugs.
I thought that was just so sweet, There is something about you, and I don't know what it is either, other than magic, really.
Oh,
There really is.
thank you.
And I would imagine that these two guys know it too, and everyone else knows it. And then just listening to you, I hope you're not going to go to Arizona. I hope this is
Nope,
going to
we're
be the
staying. We're
beginning, right?
staying, and
Yeah.
I hope to build a
Yeah. But there really is something so authentic. You have so much to say, and I just know you do.
We're always talking about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah.
Darien's an ideas guy.
Yeah, you can tell.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Yeah.
That actually means a lot to me because sometimes I don't really think that about myself. I don't really think more than just like I'm just a regular guy. So
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
we're all regular
Means a
people,
lot.
but just a little extra something.
you too. I feel the
yeah,
same way about
yeah.
you.
Well,
you
thank
also
you.
have an air
you.
to you that I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, thank you.
what is it?
Yeah, it's just fucking age, really.
No,
That's
no.
all that it is.
Yeah.
That's all that it is. And a smile.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank
It's
you so
just-
much.
And you, young man, everything that they said, and I don't know any of you well, everything that they said, I can actually see it because every time and anytime somebody needed something done,
Those age, man.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
and you always seem like the busiest person. And if I ever thought, oh no, he's a little too busy, as they say, if you want something done, you go to the busiest person because they have the answer like that.
We had a movie to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did. You made a freaking movie. You made a feature
That's
film.
ridiculous, dude, for keeping people like me, Brandon, like on track to the greater vision of the project as well.
Look at that. Yeah. So there's 3 cards. These are new. I love this.
Those are great.
Right? I really think I'm somebody. I'm trying to be somebody, damn it.
No, I
Always
love it.
trying to
I
be
love it,
somebody,
yeah.
damn it.
You are somebody.
Oh, I
Don't let
am.
anyone
I
tell you
am. I
different.
am. So, 1 card. You pick first.
I don't know why that one called to me.
Can you read my handwriting?
Oh. Okay, should I read it, say it out loud and then?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Question says, what would you say to someone who's unsure about pursuing acting or filmmaking? That is a great question. I'd say there's never really a moment you are sure. Like we talked about earlier, it's always a leap of faith. But I would say if you're passionate about it, if you're passionate about creating something, I say start by doing something yourself. It doesn't have to be big. It can be something small. Start with a class, start with doing theater. I recommend theater was a huge stepping stone for me in trying to find out who I am as an actor. It's almost like being an athlete when you're in theater. You're building those skills of learning how to act and stuff like that. So I would just say, if you're really passionate about it, create something, join something, try it out. Don't be afraid, experiment, and don't hold yourself to any lofty goals you don't go in it for fame or anything. Go in
Right.
it for the heart and soul
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Yeah. It'll never fail you.
Yep.
It'll never fail you.
That's right. Okay. So, who should I choose? And then you'll get the last card.
I'll take that one.
Okay.
What lesson from this project will you carry forward. I would say for me, trust was a really big lesson. Having faith and believing in everyone that, they're going to pull their weight, do their thing, provide whatever it is towards the film. Like
Right.
you were saying, I feel, I'm like busy trying to, throwing myself in a million different directions. But, yeah, I think just having faith, like Brandon with the camera, like
Right.
I let him and Darien, they do their thing and they know what they're doing. And I believe that we're going to get the best thing possible. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that was for me, at least the biggest lesson is
Yeah.
to really believe in not only myself, but, and
And
everyone
others
else.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. I hear that. I hear that. Brandon?
What you got for me? Let's see. What moment from during this film reminded you why you chose this career?
Wow.
Oh, there's so many moments.
Yeah, I know we talk about this often.
We talk about it a lot.
Scenes.
I know the moment.
Well, your moment or my moment? Because
What's your question?
you can say your moment so I can
No.
so I can figure this.
See, there you go. You're a guy who does everything.
For me, at least, obviously it was when we were in Potrero.
Mhm.
100%.
It was when his fight scene that Saturday night with Adam, just witnessing that. Because I actually wasn't in the scene. I was standing behind, but just watching everything as a whole from afar, and unbelievable. And then just finally seeing it on screen, like when we edited everything, just watching that particular scene is just wow, blows me away.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just the fact so many people came together to really make this scene happen is
Yeah.
just incredible.
Right.
So for me, that was at least for me, when I watch movies, I want to experience something that's truly cinematic, that really just like emotionally like pulls something out of me, and that was that scene.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, that scene was the most emotionally heavy scene, I think, of the entire thing.
Yeah, it was a
and
good
just
scene.
what it took for everyone to be there and get into it, get into their emotions, allow them the space for that,
Right.
and how it came out was just gut-wrenching.
Mm.
Gut-wrenchingly beautiful.
Yeah.
I hope that scene really hits. When we
Yeah.
when we finally watch it on the big screen, that's the scene I'm really excited about.
Yeah. That film is going to hit in so many places. I just know it.
Hope so.
Yeah.
You ready for it?
You got it,
Yeah, the
Brandon?
moment for me wasn't actually with them. It was actually just a drive. It was just
Mhm.
driving up. I think it was like first day, second day. We were starting
Really?
this. Yeah, I don't think I told you this at all.
Oh,
so,
this is another
um,
exclusive from Brandon.
I was freaking out in one morning because I'm like, I need to get the batteries. I need to make sure I have everything prepared. I got to have all my equipment needs to be good and ready to go. Because if
Right.
I have less batteries, we're done for the day.
Right.
We can't film
Right.
everything. So I'm freaking out the whole time, stressed out. Anxiety is through the roof because I don't want to fail them. That
Mhm.
was the hardest thing. Is like, if I fail this, then it's going to be on me.
Right.
And I think a lot of us carry that weight too. If we don't have what we can, then we're going to fail the other people. And that was the hardest thing for us to kind of swallow. When I was driving up, there's this song that came on and I just started crying.
Hmm.
It was,
What's the name of the
Oof.
song?
Yeah.
No.
it was a Vinci song. It was like it was like, I forget what it was.
I
exactly,
think I
but
know what Avicii,
it
right?
was, yeah. It was
Yeah,
like-
I know. I think I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name of it, but that one
Okay.
is.
That was it just hit me there
Oh,
of
man.
like, we're doing this and I get to do this because of like all the struggles that happened in the past.
Mm.
And we got to,
Mm.
I love this guy. I love both these guys,
I
dude.
love all three of you.
Dude, Brandon really killed it on this project. If we
Yeah.
we wouldn't have been able to do any of this without
Yeah.
him. So
Yeah.
I definitely hear what he's saying, with the stress and pressure of everything, not wanting to fail any of these guys. I've
Yeah.
certainly felt that way too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Just.
yeah.
Yeah.
And not even just these guys, all of you guys.
Yeah,
Like everyone a part
yeah.
of
I
it.
feel the
you know?
same. Really, again, I'm not taking anything away. The few hours that I had with you guys, I didn't want to fail either. And I think your tears actually speak volume for everyone, because I think it just shows what the weight of what all this meant. More so you guys, of course. And there's no doubt this is the reason why this is a phenomenal film, because each and every one of you really carried the same amount of fucking weight and each other's weight on top of that. And it really showed. I knew that I was around and amongst some really fucking great people, man. And how lucky am I? You know? how lucky am I to still be around great people? I've been so lucky to have been around some wonderful people in different aspects in my life.
And I think for what we've all been through, and as far as not always chasing our dreams, for us all to chase our dreams in this way together is just like, you don't get these moments very often.
Mm-mm.
And I think when you do get these moments, it's something to cherish
Yeah,
because it's almost like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
it is.
And, you never know when your time is here. So
That's right.
you just do the best with what you have and
Mm-hmm.
take that risk, that leap of faith.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so emotional right now, man. I'm like,
what a great way, I think, to sort of say thank you in such a humbling way.
well,
Nice
thank you
staring
too.
at
Yeah,
you,
thank you.
Brandon. Yeah, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Oh,
You did an
thank
incredible
you.
job.
Thank
you
you.
to everyone who's listening. Any of you who are listening that were a part of this, thank you guys from the bottom of all of our hearts.
Yeah, we're
this
just
was-
a piece of the puzzle, and we're all pieces of this puzzle, and we're all trying to find a way to make it work. Without y'all, wouldn't be.
What can we expect next? What's happening next? 2026. What are we kind of looking at?
Like
February,
future project?
March with
Oh.
Infernal. How can everybody keep tallies on you? Instagram. Talk to me about Infernal. Where are we?
Instagram right now is the main thing that we're posting on. I know once we're a little more finished with editing and we have like more material to show everyone, then we're going to be posting it to all social
Who's done
media
most of the
platforms.
editing?
He's too.
Yeah.
Right.
We've all been editing, but
But he definitely got the jump on that, and then
Right.
we kind of all just followed suit with it, and yeah,
Who would look at the script and make it more complicated? Between three.
complicated in like a bad way or a good way? What do you mean?
Well, it doesn't necessarily be a bad way or a good way, right? But make it more complicated, like adding more shit.
oh me.
Oh.
Okay.
There's so many things I wanted to add to it. Like,
there was days where I think Adrian and I pulled up the script like, where the frick did this new scene come from? We're like,
Oh, that's funny.
if I could make
Come
this
on.
film 3 hours, 4 hours,
You would.
and make it really good, I
Right.
totally would.
With it, well, yeah, no, I guess it couldn't be. I was going to say there could be a way to do part one, part two, but then there couldn't,
Nah,
because then
yeah,
you'd have to have an ending to one and then an ending to
Yeah,
another.
We've
so.
had some people ask us to make a part two. It's just not in the cards, especially for the first one.
Yeah,
like, I
we're
don't
Right.
gonna
think I've seen it.
establish something, having it be in that theatrical format is probably just the best for that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We talked about it a little bit, and for those who are probably going to be doing their own thing soon, and just so that they know this is normal, how many hours did you have to cut with editing and stay with that and then scale it down some more?
I think Brandon was saying we probably had around like 7 or 8 hours worth of footage.
Oh, we had more than that.
More than that? Oh,
Mm.
well, okay. It was a ton of it. A lot of footage. Yeah, like a whole 20 terabyte hard drive or something crazy.
Wow.
That was a lot of footage. We had a lot of footage. But I think after we edited all the scenes, we had 50 scenes in total. That was a lot. So we filmed 50 scenes. Once all of that was edited, we were around close to 4 hours
Right.
in total for
Right.
just runtime. Obviously, we can't have a 4-hour movie.
Mhm.
We're in the process right now of just trimming things down.
What do you think you're going to end at? Do you have an idea?
I think it's become
Ideally, around 2 hours, 2:15, 2:20,
2:45?
2:30.
yeah, 2:30 would be the max.
2:30 would be the max, but
Mm.
anywhere between like 2 hours to 2:30, I think is kind of like where we want to be.
And just for time's sake, so some people don't get bored, or why would that
Just to
be?
keep the story, I think, as tight as it can be, and really so that people understand what's going on. you
Okay,
know?
right.
Keep their attention the entire
Mhm.
time and tell a compelling story.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what
Right.
we want to do at the end of the day is tell a compelling story. Whatever works best for the film, whatever makes the story work,
Right.
we'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. Because we got a lot of people writing on this. We can't not give them a final product that we're proud of at
Right.
the end of the day.
Mhm.
If we're not proud of it, then they're not going to be proud of it.
That's right. Yeah.
very true.
Any bloopers for any of
Oh, there's
the
a ton.
cast or crew
Oh,
to
yeah.
actually
Yeah.
see?
We,
Maybe?
we don't have any
There's
of
so
that.
many bloopers.
My favorite's the Philippa one where he's got this one line and he's talking about you have the heart of a lion, but he ends up saying you have the heart of 2 men or something. You have the strength of 2 men. And
You
just
have the-
look at each other like that's not the line.
Something.
It was such a good. Honestly, I'll send that just to, so you can see it was
Still kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, more work, I know.
Worth it just to show how fun it was to be on set and not be worried if you mess up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And with all that hard work, just to have a little lightheartedness with
Mhm.
it. And then bam, and then you shoot them with the 2.5 hour of Jackson fucking film.
Just that we're very grateful for everyone that was a part of this project, and very honored and privileged to work with such an amount of people for such a long amount of time. I think a big thank you from
This
all of us.
it was a huge project that we took on. We were filming for like 5-6 months or something crazy like that. We
Yeah.
every weekend.
Weekend,
And
wow.
in the hot
Weekends were going.
garage, or
Yeah.
The
in the
garage.
Sweating our
summer.
ass off, yeah.
Oh,
Can I tell
man.
you, I know I lucked out because the times that I was at the garage,
Mhm.
it was not very hot.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah.
I remember the weekend before it was like maybe 90 something. I was like, oh, fuck, you know.
And you're like, ah.
I know it was hot in that garage.
Yeah.
Potero wasn't so bad, was it? Was it Potero?
Yeah, it was hot, but I think it could have been worse. It could have
Yeah.
been much
It could have
worse.
been
I
for
think the
sure.
weekend after
It was a little.
it was
worse.
hotter.
Yeah.
It was
It's
worse.
still hotter,
It was
yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was another thing you guys handled so effortlessly. That ran so
much.
smooth.
There's a lot of planning in
There
it.
was actually a ton of work that even went into that ahead of time.
I can imagine.
Remember we went out
We had to
there. We had to
reschedule
like
it, right?
we had to reschedule. We had to go out there like a few weeks in advance, prep the land. So we were mowing.
Wow.
Putting out snake repellent and stuff
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
like that.
And then
Yeah.
again, a testament to Adrian for planning all that stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
He says he
Yeah.
doesn't do all that stuff legitimately.
He's
all
the,
the stuff
Yeah.
he did.
the logistical genius over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's a lot.
They were saying,
Yeah.
"How is it, Lisa? How is it?" I go, "No, it was perfect. I'm gonna be that. It was great. They got it handled. It was."
I'm really, really glad that everyone, at least from the people we've talked to, everyone said they had a great time there.
Yeah. No one complained. In fact, I think I know Ricardo for one. He was one, and I know there were a few others. Is like, man, I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
Some of them, I'm sure you guys wanted it to end at some point, but
I
they were
think
like,
we're
"I
at
want
the
one
point
more
where,
try,
like-
one more shot."
I'm sure
One
we were
more
all
day.
at that point though. We were like, when it was finally
Yeah,
done,
we were
like,
like,
Yes.
Oh,
We're
done.
Like, I just
Oh.
a few more shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
we were,
Oh.
looking back though, I'm like, I miss it too.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, what comes after this?
Infernal.
Yes.
Infernal 2. No.
Let's just say
We'll
we
see.
have a couple ideas brewing. You know, there's a couple directions we could go.
Good.
I think we're definitely super focused on getting Infernal out, but
Mhm.
who knows? Maybe there's a couple things in the works that people can get excited for.
Nice.
We've even had other people too, like Darren was saying, people have been inspired, come up with their own stories
Yeah.
that have reached out to us and have
Yeah.
asked
Yeah.
if we're interested in working with them, helping them create
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know?
Look
I
at
think it's
that.
continuing to build that community and camaraderie with the people here in
San
our
Diego,
hometown. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And put San Diego on the map. You guys are in the same building. Doesn't matter what
Yeah.
level you're on, but I bet
Yeah.
you might have something to do with it.
And
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
No
Share
doubt
some-
in my mind.
some of
That's
it.
right. Well, anything else, guys?
I will say, I think that Darien touched on this a lot, is the uniqueness of the story is the fact that we have a very diverse group of cast, and it's very
Good
relatable.
point. Yes.
Because that was the thing that we're looking at in editing. We're like, these characters stand out.
Mhm.
They're not all like one ethnicity. They're not all
Yeah.
one gender or like
Mhm.
one thing entirely. Like we have a wide range of people from different cultures that have come
Yep.
into this, and it is relatable. All these different people of all these different ethnicities, and it makes it stand out. Like we know who Hiram is because he stands out as that
Right.
character and stands out as the character. You
Mhm.
can know which those characters are, and that's something that stories kind of don't have. Is you have these people that all look very similar,
Mm.
each character with their own actions, their looks. I think Mark was talking about that too. You had it was like the heritage that you had. You didn't think you get this role because of
Without
that.
a doubt, I was like, this
But
is
we
not going to happen.
wanted that.
Yeah.
That was what
Yeah.
we loved, was
I'm
having
so
this
happy about that.
cultural, because everybody thinks medieval times, or they think Game of Thrones, or they're going to think Lord of the Rings, and it's usually just
Yeah.
white European things. But we had a
Yeah.
wide range of people from everywhere in the world doing these different roles, and everybody can relate to at least one or two characters because of that, and they
Mhm.
stand out. And
Yeah.
that was probably what made Infernal
I think so
feel-
too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
feel
going to
It's
be good
different
too.
than any other biblical, mythical, medieval time piece that you see. You know, you see those high Victorian pieces or
Mhm.
super medieval pieces with, you know, you don't see it as diverse as I think
Yeah.
Infernal.
And how nice is that to
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's not like we're casting based off that, but I think just the right people fit
Yeah.
the role.
It wasn't even something I think any of us
No.
even really thought of.
No.
We were just wanting to create the best story with, have the right people
Was
play
so
the right
normal.
actors.
Yeah.
A big thing too was the fact the writing alone, we try to give these characters as much agency as possible. So
Mhm.
regardless of someone's skin color or whatever
Yeah.
the case,
Right.
Yeah.
we just wanted somebody who could really play this character. And I think
Yeah.
everyone that was casted did a phenomenal job.
They did just that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Get
very
that.
open-minded with like what we wanted for these characters. If you could put the time in, you put the work in, then we were
Right.
hired. We're not.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You wanted this to happen, and you would put that work in for us to do it. And we, in return, would do the same thing for you. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't care who you were, what you did beforehand.
Yeah.
Made sure you were the one for us to
Yeah.
make these characters real.
It makes
Yeah.
it easier when people are easy to work with.
Right.
I feel like I remember too. You were concerned with like your tattoos, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't even cared. Like I
Yeah.
think it would have been fine. It
No.
would have
Yes.
worked.
No.
Concerned
it's
about
really
my
about
tattoos. Yeah.
what you brought to the character and who you are as a person, I think,
Right.
is what we looked at when it comes to, people joining the project. What kind of energy would they bring? And
Yeah.
greatness that we all did together,
Yeah.
including you.
And thank you so much for letting me in on it. I really appreciate it very much.
So.
You made my day. And you made my day for coming here today.
Yes,
Thank you for having us.
yes. Gee.
Yay. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun.
Thank you for just an amazing conversation. You really
Oh my God.
it felt
Excuse
very
me.
natural and very.
Yeah, no,
truthful.
and it just makes sense. I think this whole thing that I have going on made sense for you guys to actually be here and tell the story because it is your story.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing your story.
No, thank you guys for putting your stories into that story.
Oh, you sound so New York there. Your story, I love it. You're so welcome.
You're
I love
welcome.
it. All right. I think we're good. Any other last parting words? I love you. I love you. Love you.
We're
Thank you,
coming
Lisa.
in.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, right there, babe. You got a picture of that? Yeah. Ah, just beautiful. Yeah.
I think I